So you think the pharaohs just disappeared, you know? They're not here anymore. So this is on a highway in France. Look at it. There. So if you look at it from one side, there's one obelisk with the sun hieroglyph on top of it. And if you look from the other side, there's one of them or two of them, like Yashin and Boaz. And at the end, over there, there's another one. There, full of it. And they're still here. It's the aristocracy. They became the aristocracy, and now they're ruling in Freemason lodges. So from this side, you know, it's a whole line, you see. It's incredible. And there's the other one there. The pharaohs never disappeared. They're the ones still ruling. It's like on the motorway here in France. These guys never disappeared. It's probably a line like going to Egypt or something, you know. They became the aristocracy and now they're ruling in Freemason lodges. That's what's going on. They're the ones who rule. I mean, it's immense, you know. It's high, it's big. They don't put it here like for nothing. And the obelisk is the symbol of the pharaonic domination. That means they're ruling. Just watch the Pharaoh show. We all got an obelisk up our asses, you know. And it's not the Jews are ruling, you know. That's just it's a wrong way, you know. It's people think about, you know, that nobody thinks about the aristocracy and the pharaohs. It's the pharaohs that are ruling. Otherwise, they wouldn't put all this rubbish here. The obelisk is a symbol of the pharaonic domination. They don't plant it here for nothing. So these glasses, like on top of it, the sun hieroglyph, if you follow them, you know, you get directly to that tower there, where there's the Templar's treasure, of course. You know, there's something. Next time I'm gonna look at it, what it is, you know. So here I'll show you, you know, this is the line. If you pass through here, it's exactly the line you know, like aiming at that tower up at the hill. There's no doubt. Le Mont d'Or, that means the gold mountain. And you can read that the system of you know, paying taxes and the nobility parasiting on us, you know, it's much older than today. It's very old, and it's still the same thing going on, you know. It says place de contrôle, the controlling place. There's a picture, square. So here's the square. There's the tower again. They also call it here, apparently, they told me in the tourist information, they call this the tit of Manosque. And the obelisk, the phallic symbol, is down on the motorway. So I wonder where the rest of the sexual organs are. Maybe I don't want to know. So that's the name of the town, with the tower in it, eh? Must be important to her. I suppose I don't have to tell you why they put the square and compass there in the A. Everywhere. Hey? So this is in that town where the tower is and and those obelisks, you know, aiming at the tower where I just was. And hussar, you know, they are like soldiers for the king. So the name of the castle is Miraval, like the castle of Brad Pitt, Miraval. There's only one eye difference. And here's the Holy Grail, meaning our blood is here, our descendants is here. So this is one of the entrances to the castle, which is like around there. Look here, there's an obelisk. We don't know how to get there, but it's next to a French castle here. So this is the ultimate proof that the aristocracy, they come from the pharaohs. So there's the obelisk. I saw it from the road, very important. There's the castle, Miraval. So here's a big obelisk in front of, there's even a row here, in the castle. So who still doesn't believe me that the aristocracy, that they come from the pharaohs? What do you want, This is the ultimate proof. So this is Isis, and the obelisk, that represents the sex. The sexual organ of her man Osiris, but we don't dare to go further because they'll call up the cops here. You'll feel it. I'll come back another day. With two Frenchies, they don't dare. I'll go myself. So there's the castle with the obelisk. I'll come back one day. The Pharaonic castle. So here's another obelisk in the town where the obelisk is standing in the town next to it, where the obelisk is standing next to the castle. So here, and it's from 1235, so that's old. Nice little town here. And here you can see, the all-seeing eye. And that's old too. So these things are going on for a long time now, eh?
Pan plays into the story, at least in the oral history of Jack Parsons. Because at one point, there's a story recalled by a scientist at JPL that mentioned him stopping, before they did a test firing, going off and doing an incantation.
Well, wouldn't you pray before you touched off by explosives?
Yeah, I bet I would. That's the thing. But if you could tell us about the Greek deity Pan, I think that'd be helpful.
Yeah, good luck on that one. It's not a simple deity.
Yeah.
More of the later period, apparently. Pan literally means all. So Pan is an all deity. Now, you're not used to, in the West, thinking of deities as guys with specialties. And in a sense, that is a little bit inaccurate too, because they're like people. They're usually derived from human beings that lived in some time and whose lives have become mythical. That's the normal way you get gods. Somebody tells a story and it goes and gets big enough, and sooner or later, Jesus Christ. But in the case of Pan, the main worship seems to have arisen in the origins of the old mystery cults. They were like a modern religion in the sense that one god comes and displaces the others, and sometimes is considered to be older or more primal or more universal. Pan is a god of nature. All of nature. No exceptions. Up here at this farm where I'm speaking, sometimes a north wind blows. You don't get this sort of thing in the cities, but when you're out here and there's so much land and nature's closer. When the north wind blows in this part of California, people become morose, sad, maybe in some extreme cases even suicidal. It's a tangible effect. It's a hand of death moving. But then when you look apart from that notion, at a rabbit with its ears jacked up in the field, you can see a little humanness, or you can watch what it's doing. The quail go by, the butterflies, the plants, the weeds keep coming up and coming up and coming up, and when you kill that lot, there's another kind of weed that doesn't cut the same way. All that is Pan. Every thought in your mind, every feeling you've ever had is Pan, except the thoughts that are those of the little monkey that try to jigger it all and make some abstract truth of it. Pan isn't abstract. That's Pan. All living nature. William Blake once had a vision. He had many visions. But in this one vision, the universe was filled with eyes looking at him, like shaped like the eyes on the peacock tail, but all of them were looking at him and saw him without barrier or without deception, even his own self-deception. That's the eye of Pan. Except when Crowley says it, in which case it can also mean a phallus. So Pan is the god of nature, not some little god, but real. See, there are different kinds of gods. There are abstract ones, fictional ones, mythical ones, metaphoric ones. And they're the gods you look at and it looks back. That's the kind of god Pan is. Like Akhenaten's one god of the Egyptians. He trashed all the other Egyptian gods and became what is in effect an atheist, except he had one caveat. He looked at the disk of the sun and said, that, without question, is God. That kind of God is Pan. Okay, that's 2 bits.
Yeah.